We are live. Rockies, Rocky, what's up? 3 viewers waiting. We'll give it a minute. Give it a good old minute. Saturday afternoon. Figured I'd hop on here for a little bit because I wanted to. No other reason. People hopefully getting their notifications. Click the notification bell. So what's going on, Rocky? Enjoying your weekend? I gotta move this. I don't like this here. Hillbilly Aquatics, hello. BJ Palmer, hello. Now people are, hey Bob, I have the same hat. Awesome. Yep, I saw this and I had to get it. Fish on a hat. Could not not buy it. Really. So it's just an impromptu stream. I don't really have anything to talk about. I was just sitting at my computer looking at my YouTube channel and I was like, you know what? I got some time to kill. Let's go live. So, yeah, we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I gotta move my chat though. I don't like looking over here for the chat. Gonna pop out this chat and hopefully get it a little closer. Casey, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. Casey, I've been doing the electrical on the new fish room by myself, and you know, hopefully I don't burn anything down or electrocute myself. We'll see how it goes. I'm basically just transferring all the equipment that somebody installed at my current place to the new place, and hopefully it just transfers right over. We'll see. I don't know if I have a compatible. I don't know if it's compatible, I guess is what I'm trying to say. 503 Aquatics, hello. Getting ready to watch my niece's wedding online. Awesome. Noel says, Noel, what a nice surprise. Thank you. I appreciate it. Jordan says, been a while for me. What a beautiful tank. Is this? Oh, yep, still using the 90-gallon Corridora. Caleb Gapes, Bob, what's a good hard water fish for a 16-gallon fluval flex? So, my experience with hard water is that so much can go in hard water. It's a lot easier for fish to adapt to hard water than it is to soft water. And also, these days, most of our fish are coming from Florida and California anyways. So, whatever you decide, as long as it's not like a super soft, like acidic a pisto or something crazy, I don't think you'll have any problems getting a fish to thrive in hard water. Geez, good luck, my friend. Yeah. I mean, the wiring part's easy, right? It's only 3 wires. My only concern is that it's compatible with the electrical panel. So that's what I don't know. But only one way to find out. Is it going to fry or is it going to work? I don't know. Or is it going to work for like 6 months and then fry? We'll see. Oh, man. I'm trying to think of like a specific fish. Hard water. Like, do you want one fish or do you want schooling fish? If you want schooling fish, I would do like small rasboras and shrimp. If you want like just like one fish, boy. I don't know what one fish I would put in that. Maybe, I mean, I know bettas prefer soft water, but I know they can go in hard water just fine. Manes, tails, furs, and fins. Welcome back to membership. Still got to make it out there someday and go horseback riding someday. I don't know. I don't know when, but still got to do that eventually. Brian says, hi, Bob. Have you had any experience with green severums being a bit aggressive? So I've actually never kept a severum in my life. I know a good channel would be like Sergeant Tank, I think, has done some videos on green severums. But yeah, they are definitely a more aggressive cichlid for sure. What else you got there? And the other strains not being aggressive at all. In my experience, which is just what I've seen online, is Severums are a bit more aggressive than your average fish. So it sounds pretty normal to me. I got German blue rams in the mail yesterday. Awesome. They are already prepping spawning site. They are not digging up my quarries. They should leave them alone though. The only time they'll go after the quarries is when they kind of sift a little too close to the spawning site. They'll run them off, but they won't kill them or anything. Also, they got those scoots on them. Scoot, scoot. And so they got nice hard scales, if you want to call them scales or skin. I don't really care, but the technical term is scoots. And they'll be just fine. Mile High Freshwater popping in to say hi. Hello. Oh, Dang Tanks is here. What is this, 2018? I know, a Saturday live stream. Although it is in the morning. It's not, well, afternoon. What is it, 11 o'clock? Yeah. So, I'm going to be gone tonight. I was going to do our members-only stream tonight, but I'm going to be gone. So, I was going to do one today, and I was like, you know what? Let's just do a live stream for everyone. So, there you go. Veranda Guy, what's up, buddy? I feel like I haven't seen you in like a year. Hooray, finally made a live stream. Welcome, my friend. Welcome anytime. You may have already said, but are you going to Aquashella in Orlando? No, I am not. Nope. I'm not going to, I don't plan on going to any Aquashellas this year. Just because I've got way more important things to worry about than traveling at this moment in time. I'm looking to get more floating plants and was wondering, what's the hardiest floating plant for fresh water? Boy, I tell you, people ask me that, and I always say water lettuce. Like, I cannot kill water lettuce for the life of me, but everyone else I talk to, not everyone, but a lot of people are like, it always dies for me. It never does well for me. So for me in my water lettuce, outside of like duckweed, obviously. I mean, I'll never recommend duckweed. But also outside of duckweed, water lettuce is the hardiest plant I've ever come across for, well, floating plant. And it's up there. It's definitely up there for all plants as well. Hey, Bob, any advice on treating hex for a flower horn? Like hex shield food? That's the only thing I can think of. I've also never kept a flower horn, so. Treating hex. I don't know. Maybe I'm having a brain fart, but that's the only thing that comes to mind is the hex shield food. Wow, I thought you'd be camping or hiking. Yeah, there's going to be something going on later this evening, which is why I'm live streaming now, Carol. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so no camping or anything like that. But we're getting close. We're definitely getting close to hiking. I have been conditioning myself for hiking, spending way too much time on the treadmill with way too much of an incline, but I will thank myself later when I'm out hiking. Do you have any tanks set up again yet? I'm going to downsize in preparation for a move, so I have a lot more tanks than I've let on. I've had a real difficulty getting rid of fish. And not that it's hard to give away fish, but it's hard for me to get rid of my fish that I want to keep. And so I don't know if this is going to end up being like last minute, everything's got to go, or if my new fish room is going to be done before. That being said, I mean, I had over 50 tanks. I still have about 20. So I have got rid of a lot of fish, but it's all, you know, unfortunately for the fish, I've got a lot of 10 gallons set up right now, just trying to keep them until the new fish room is ready. And so, yeah, that's why I don't really show anything, because a lot of them are just bare bottom tanks with fish. They look like resale tanks, nothing special. And just waiting for the new fish room to be done, waiting for me to finish the new fish room. But we have made quite a bit of progress on that front and the future, so it's looking pretty bright. Do you like beautiful flower lilies floating on water? Yes. So I love red root floaters because they flower. Granted, the flowers are like, oh, turn that off. When red root floaters flower, they're like 1/8 of an inch, the flower. But yeah, anything that flowers is cool. I like it all. Yeah, they don't have to be floating lilies or anything like that, but anything flower, like Anubias. Like, even though the Anubias flower is pretty boring and nothing special, I still think it's pretty cool. I'm weed eating first time on my fixed shoulder. Oh man, I have so much weed eating. I've been spending so much time on my lawn this year. Man, we're also at that point where it's sunny a lot more. So the sun is out a lot more, and I'm spending a lot more time doing outdoor stuff. Well, outdoor chores, I should say. And so, yeah, it's that time of year again where I don't really film a lot, but I spend a lot of time outside because it's like sunny and new, and I like the sun. So, yeah. Hey everyone, I'm still alive. The dog took the rest of the toes on my left foot. Whew, that's brutal. That's brutal, my friend. But glad you're still alive, Cody. Glad you're still alive. My 40 breeder is recovering from velvet. Any tips for treating velvet? Knock on wood, I've never got velvet. So my advice, honestly, for diseases would be to head on over to Aquarium Co-op's channel, because they've covered every disease under the sun a lot more than I can cover in like 30 seconds. So I also don't like, generally giving advice on diseases because, when I give advice and their fish die, people blame me. And all I was trying to do was help. So, yeah, go watch Aquarium Co-op videos on velvet and then blame them when your fish die, not me. Have I kept an electric eel? No, I have not. Nope. I've got the same hat, but the blue one. Yeah, there's like a brown and gray one as well. I want to get all the different color variations, but there's too many. I just like the fish. Well, and the symbol. I have a ton of Cryptocorin, Rosen Maiden, and they're constantly flowering, but the flowers don't last underwater. I don't know that I've ever seen a Rosen Maiden flower before. Trying to think. What are you chewing on, buddy? No, I don't. Actually, I don't think I ever have. Well, there you go. Any experience on trimming Amazon puffer teeth? I have, Dan. I've never trimmed any puffer's teeth. I hope I never have to. I know from the few videos I've seen, people using like clove oil. But man, that just seems risky to me. I don't know. I don't know how much to use. I mean, it's all dependent on the size of the fish and so many variables. Whew. I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't want to do it. And thankfully, I've never have to. I hope I never have to. But yeah. I guess what I'm trying to say is no. I have no experience. And hopefully, I never do. Roger, I'm treating with fungus and ick treatment and freshwater salt, plus not adding too much light. Oh, yeah. I do remember it. Yeah, light. A lot of people like to black out their tanks, but might be something worth looking into. But if you're already not adding too much light, then you're probably okay. What is your favorite beautiful aquatic plants? Alternathirii, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, Renickii, or AR Mini, is probably one of my favorites. I like Rotala. Almost every Rotala species you can turn them like orange and red, so I think those are all pretty neat plants. Definitely all of those are on the top of my list. What's up, Fishy Fam? Twin Cities Guppies is here. What's going on? Renegade gonna send me a picture? All right. Just, yeah, it's Instagram that. Send me a message on Instagram. I promise I'll check it, even though I never check messages. Whew, I already read that one. If my pH has ranged from 7.7 to 9.0, how can I keep bettas long term? I would actually add something to buffer the water and keep it more stable. So even if you're adding crushed coral, I know that seems like counterproductive since you already have high pH. It should help like stabilize your water, like your GH and your KH, things like that. Well, your GH, so, or is it KH? I don't know. One of those needs to be high to keep your water stabilized, and now I'm completely drawing a blank. I guess maybe I should have woke up a little more before I went live. What's your suggestion for plants that do really well in or do well in really fine sand? A lot of stem plants will do well because they do take a lot out of the water column, but they still have roots. You know what does really well if you can get it to grow is Java fern, jungle val. It'll spread on top of the sand, and the roots will dig in a little bit, but it generally does pretty well too. Always keep crushed coral in it. What do I put in to lower the pH? Oh, then just if it was me, depending on how much space you have in the tank, I would use some type of driftwood. It's KH. That's what. KH. I would use driftwood. You could also use peat moss and put it in like a filter bag and put it in your filter if you have like a hang-on back or any type of external filter. Put some peat moss in there. 600-gallon acrylic stored in barn for 10 years with no heat. Would you trust it to hold water? Yes, but I would still water test it. So I would, put it out in the driveway or in the yard somewhere and fill it up with water for a couple of weeks. You are 10 years of freezing and just the elements in general. I don't know. Like it's one of those things. Like if it was free, yes, I would trust it and I would water test it. But if it's a 600-gallon acrylic and I got to pay like $3,000 for it, I'm probably gonna pass. That's not worth the risk. But if it was free, to me, it would be worth the risk. Multi-Jacker says, "Wow, I missed the notification, but I'm here." Yep, gotta hit that notification bell. Vallisneria is supposed to do well in sand, they say. Yeah, so the issue with jungle val is that it takes a long time for it to get established. But once it gets established, whether it's sand, gravel, soil, once it gets established, it'll send runners on top all the way down. So, yeah, it does do well on sand. It just can take a long time. Vernon Guy says, "I can't grow val for poop. The stuff won't die, but it's not spreading or growing either." Yep, I'm in the same boat. I would reseal it anyways. I don't know that I would reseal an acrylic tank, but I would definitely use like acrylic glue in the corners. It's cheap. It won't hurt anything. But I don't know that I would like tear it apart and reseal the whole thing. Acrylic in general and the acrylic cement or glue, whatever you want to use or call it, is pretty strong. He doesn't skip a beat when it comes to eating. He's healthy as an ox. Are you talking about me? Because that's true. Lee wants to know my thoughts on DIY Osmocote root tabs. I am a strong opponent of people using Osmocote in their aquariums, unless you really have to do a lot of research, because it is very easy to put in too much Osmocote and it's going to kill your fish. And it's going to kill your fish for a very, very long time, pretty much until you take it out. So Osmocote will release ammonia, and I think a lot of people, and I did this too when I first started, so maybe I say a lot of people just because I did it and it makes me feel better, but I was like, well, I could use a little fertilizer, or maybe I'll just put in a little extra. And yeah, it wreaked havoc on my tank. I mean, I had to do like daily water changes because so much ammonia was getting released. So if you do it right and you don't use too much of it, it's definitely something you can do. But what's too much? I don't know. There's lots of videos on there that people that use it and then have issues, and then there's people that use it and don't have issues. So yeah, I don't know that there's like, you know, you put one DIY root tab like every 6 inches or 10 inches or 12 inches, or I don't know. But yeah, so for me, I'm never using it again. Never. There's just too many other alternatives. I mean, root tabs are not that expensive in general. Yeah, Osmocote root tabs are way cheaper, but at what risk? Rubbermaid 150 gallon on sale at Tractor Supply. Just drug one home, may get another, and 300 gallons. The 300 gallon one is very fun to work with. I would highly recommend the 300 gallon. Highly recommend. It's very fun. I'm starting a 55 gallon ram tank. Should I get tank raised or wild rams? And the wild ones are 40% cheaper. In my experience, tank raised rams will be more colorful if you're getting them from a breeder. So a lot of the breeders, they pick the best of the best and they get rid of everything else. And so over time, through calling and stuff, you'll have better colors and things like that. So really, it's up to you. Wild caught can be fun, but generally they're, I would say, less colorful. Unless you're talking about Bolivian rams. Bolivian rams, I would definitely do wild caught, just because I've never done them before. Personal preference. There's some wild Bolivian rams that can get pretty big, which is kind of cool. So you're trying nano vallisneria, really skinny leaves. I like to look. Just finally seeing growth after 2 months. That's interesting. I've never heard of nano vallisneria. Interesting. Wild says, I never use those. If you're talking about Osmocote, yeah. I highly just recommend it. It's not worth the hassle. It's just going to keep releasing ammonia over and over and over. It takes a long time as well for it to break down. Yeah, it's just not ideal. Acrylic glue is like welding. It permanently bonds the material. Hopefully. I guess, yes, I'm not really concerned with that. I would be more concerned about the shape of the acrylic. You don't really see a lot of seams bursting with acrylic, but you do see a lot of panels like just shattering. Not shattering like glass, but like you'll see on like a 4-foot panel, like a 2 foot chunk will just pop right off. So you can see that on YouTube. It's not very common, but it can happen. So if you have like a 600 gallon aquarium with like 1/2 inch acrylic, I would be a little skeptical. But if it was like 1 inch acrylic, then it probably held up just fine. Chef Confit, first time I made it when you're live. I thought that's kind of why I did it early and on a weekend. It's probably been years since I went live on a weekend. And I thought, you know what? Maybe we'll get some new people on here. Laura, hello. Renegade, dang that more for whatever. How do I get my bristlenose to slow breeding? LFS not taking fish right now, and I'm full. Temp at 79. Well, you could, if it's just bristlenose, you could lower the temperature. Raising the temperature tends to trigger a lot of fish to spawn. A lot of plecos to spawn, I should say, not fish. So maybe lower the temperature. Also, if you don't feed as much, then they generally won't spawn as much. In my breeding fish for profit tanks that were bristlenose, anytime I wanted to slow down breeding, I would just cut back to feeding maybe like twice a week, if that, maybe once a week. So the thing with plecos is, yeah, you can feed them once a week because they're also just grazing nonstop all day, every day. So some nano 12-inch long leaves, but very slender. I'd be skeptical. I would be skeptical, but I've never tried it, so I don't know. The 240 Rubbermaid I used for a bunch of different things, but the most successful thing I did was breeding guppies, plecos, and cherry shrimp. That's probably one of the most profitable combos ever. You did my first time with you ever. All right. 300 gallon will be here soon as I can get my truck back since I have your blessing. It would not fit in my Explorer. But it would fit on top of your Explorer. I mean, how bad do you really want it? I feel like you're not very committed if you're not hiking that thing up on the top of your Explorer. There's got to be a roof rack up there, right? I don't know. Lonnie says, I hope your weekend is going well. It's going well. It is. It is. I don't really have weekends anymore, so it's just another day. But if we want to call it a weekend, it is going well. The jungle carpet python on Google Images are cool, black and yellow. Oh, yes. Carpet pythons are probably... How high would I put them on my list? Probably it's definitely top 3 all-time snake on my list. Any carpet python for that matter. I don't know that I would say it's my favorite or my second favorite, but I feel pretty comfortable putting it in comfortable putting it in my top 3. I've owned many of them over the years, and they're always just super awesome snakes. I like the big snakes like that. I mean, it's not big. They get, depending on which variant, 6 to 8 feet. But they don't get fat, so they get like this. They get like this size right here, as far as like being around. So it's not like the bigger snakes. They get like this big around. You got like a big, thick 8-foot snake, like a red tail or something. But yeah, they're just easy to work with. Mine did bite me and latched on for a long time. But, that was my fault. I was trying to clean its tank and it wasn't cooperating. And I tried to move it when it didn't want to be moved. So that was the second time I've ever been bit by a snake. 503 Aquatics with a $5 super chat says, keep it up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Australian and Indonesian pythons are cool. I mean, there's so many cool snakes. I'm definitely biased because I have kept them before. So yeah, another one of my top snakes are the rubber boa, which unfortunately I cannot keep unless I buy them out of state and ship them in. But they're not legal to collect and ship out of state. So they are native to Washington State. However, I don't know how I would ever legally acquire one to keep as pets. I can collect them if I go through the permit process. So, which is something I've looked into, and maybe when things settle down, I might actually do it. Because Fish and Wildlife will let you collect local species if you're breeding and returning to the wild. So it's not listed as endangered, but so I would have to make like a whole case, like do a whole report on why I want to collect them and breed them and then re-release them. Especially, which would be hard because they're not on like an endangered list, but their habitat is certainly shrinking. So I guess, I don't know. Maybe I'll try it one day. It is like a couple $100 fine, and if they say no, you don't, not fine, but fee. And if they say no, you don't get your money back, which kind of sucks. Free Joe Exotic. Good morning, everyone. Free Joe Exotic. I think the movement's over. I don't think you're getting free, buddy. Good to see you, Joe. Good to see you. BJ Palmer says, thanks for the surprise stream, Bob, but it's getting crazy on the phone with the wedding, and I need to scram. I wish everyone a healthy, happy, fun weekend. Later, Steen Dream Team. Thank you, BJ Palmer. Have fun on your virtual wedding. We had a rosy boa for a while that we caught. Interesting. We have rubber boas in California. Yeah, so they go from, like, I believe Northern California to, like, Vancouver, BC-ish. My male is breeding machine. He's a handsome boy. Yeah. Yeah, Bristle knows how to do that. Ryan says carpets are amazing. I'd really love to get an emerald tree boa on my bucket list. Yeah, the emerald tree boas are nice. They're definitely, for show. For show, meaning, you don't want to handle them all the time. Do you like cryptocorn, pink flamingo, rare, this plant, man-made, etc.? Cryptocorin, pink flamingo is a nice looking plant. It's pretty hard to get a hold of right now. I know the co-op has been getting small shipments in here and there, but it's a nice plant. It is definitely, but I would say all crypts are nice plants. I think they're all cool. What up, Bob? Just jumped on. Where did this stream come from? It's coming from the intertubes. What's going on, T-Shot? Just a little surprise stream. Had a little time, and yeah, figured I'd hop on and just hang out for a little bit. We'll lower the temps even more. So I will say, it can stop them, but it probably, well, I'm not gonna say probably, but it may not. So my breeding fish for profit tank was bristlenose, guppies, and shrimp, and I kept the temperature in the high 60s, and they bred like crazy. But they were also in there for years and well adapted to cooler temperatures. I think cutting down food would definitely be another avenue, not just lowering the temp, but also not feeding as much. Carpet pythons are some of the most fun you can have keeping snakes. I would absolutely agree with that statement, 100%. They are so awesome. I like that they're kind of bitey when they're, in that first year, maybe year and a half, which is kind of fun. But they calm down really fast. Which lizard... Boy, is this a reptile channel or a fish channel? Which lizard that looks like dinosaurs? My armadillo girdled lizard. Yep. There's all kinds of armadillo type armored lizards out there. I've been finding pink flamingo tissue cultures at Petco lately for, oh my gosh, excuse me, for $10. Interesting. Very interesting. Tissue cultures, huh? I used to do tissue cultures probably 5-6 years ago, maybe. I think they're pretty neat. They didn't really get, they didn't do well in the U.S. So they're pretty huge in like Europe. But when they got introduced to the market here, boy, people are just like, what is this? This can't be an aquatic plant. It's in a little Dixie cup and not even underwater. But I think they're great. They're some of the easiest plants to work with, in my opinion. The gel that they compact in is so much easier than that rock wool. Like getting rock wool off of plants, I hate it. I absolutely hate working with rock wool. How is your weekend going, Bob? It's going excellent. Going excellent. About to go have some. What am I gonna have today on the old campfire? I got some beef dogs, some New York strip steaks, some gourmet beef. Let's just say I went to one of our local butchers and got all kinds of stuff, and I'm really looking forward to it. What's the minimum amount of Bosemani rainbow fish to keep in a school for them to be happy? So my thoughts on rainbow fish is always a minimum of 6. Always a minimum of 6. 6. That's kind of my go-to for rainbows and what else? Corridoras. 6. Tissue cultures convert super slow for me. See, I've never had that issue. They go like gangbusters when I do them. But to be fair, when I was doing them, it was all high-tech setups. So, I mean, one of my tanks had like 140 par at the substrate, which was insane. And just blasting CO2 in there as fast as I could because the lighting was so high. So that might have had something to do with it. I don't know. Tissue cultures, easy to plant, but very limited survival for my tanks. Interesting. I've had the best luck with AR Mini in tissue culture. I feel like I really need to get a hold of some AR Mini because I talk about it a lot and I have none. I don't have any. Any suggestions on a centerpiece fish for 180 gallon with a well-established cherry shrimp colony that won't decimate them? So far, it's a planted 180. I mean, I would just do a massive school of rasboras. I mean, can you imagine like 100 rasboras schooling around? I know it's not a centerpiece fish, but it's a centerpiece fishes. And I mean, a giant school of fish is really fun to watch. That's what I would do. Bob, you do have that super soft water, so that may be the difference. That's true. That's true. But, yeah, I guess, I don't know. I would replace my soft water with hard water any day of the week. I would much rather have hard water. It is barbecue Saturday. I mean, we're not really barbecuing. We're going to have a campfire, but do you like beautiful? I like how everything is beautiful for you. You have such a good outlook. Everything is just beautiful. Means old woman in Spanish, so you can say old woman cichlid. Do you like old woman cichlids? I never knew that. Awesome. I do like those cichlids. Yeah, I do. My PetSmart tissue cultures of crypts. My first crypts ever didn't melt at all and were growing like weeds in my sand. Finally, someone on my side of the spectrum with tissue cultures. I think they're awesome. Big school of neon tetras would look cool too. I mean, a big school of anything would look awesome. I mean, it's 180 gallons. A big school would look awesome. Naomi H2O said she has some staghorn algae and then removed the comment, so I can't finish reading it. If you have issues with tissue cultures, try planting some in a shoebox and grow them out for a few weeks before submerging them. They can grow super fast and handle the transition better. Interesting. I've never thought about doing that before. So are we still having the Monday stream as well? Just curious. Oh yeah. I got to because once again I did not make a video for tomorrow. So there you go. We'll be back Monday. I can't say never because I have missed one Monday in the last 5-6 years. So can't say never anymore, but Mondays are definitely a pretty safe bet. T-Shot says, my SAE took the leap of faith out of my tank this week. Bummer, such a cool fish, making me want to put the cover back on. I mean, if you have other fish, I'm surprised others haven't taken that same leap. But yeah, they're really cool fish. I agree. KC Noise. What's up, Bob? What's up, KC Noise? My tissue cultures, I have super soft water as well. GH and KH both 2. Gosh, I've just, like I said, I mean, when I did tissue culture, I had super high tech tanks, so it's a little skewed. Bob, that tank behind you is overstocked. How do you figure? Overstocked with plants. I was worried you gotta have my distraction at work. Nah, this is more of just whatever. I kind of want to live stream more. It's not good generally, but I'm kind of caring less and less, to be honest, because live streaming is super fun. I would love a huge school of silver tip tetras. You know what I've never seen that I think would be cool is a huge school of penguin tetras. It's just not a tetra that a lot of people have. Naomi, I have some staghorn algae in a high-tech tank, very small amount, but seems to be popping up after peroxide. Any advice? Even after peroxide? Well, let's take a look. Let me go to my little chart here. All right, let's see if I remember where this was. So staghorn algae, according to my chart here, is low CO2 and not enough water flow. According to my little chart here, staghorn algae. The flow I feel about your BBA paint mine grows on all the rocks and plants right under my hang on back. Well, that's interesting because I've never. That's how I get rid of my blackbeard algae. If it's just a little bit, then it's hydrogen peroxide. If it's a lot, then it's power heads and flow. And you can pretty much see it die back almost daily. So that's crazy. Just joking around, Bob. Keep it up. Oh, yeah, overstocked. I was like, really? I mean, sure. Oh, man. I used Excel. Yeah, but I feel like if it comes back from hydrogen peroxide, then it might come back from Excel too. I realize it's different, but it's very unusual that it would come back. I wonder, does it come back in the same spot or does it come back somewhere different? Barbara Jackson, hey everyone, and Bob. Better late than never. Better. Beta. I think a very underrated tetra, in my opinion, is the Von Rio tetras. I'd love to get a school of 12 or so of those. Yeah. Penguins get huge, though. I mean, for a tetra, yeah, they're definitely not a nanofish. But there's, I mean, a huge school of, like, silver sides is awesome. So any fish in a huge amount is cool, no matter the size. But, yeah, you would definitely have to have the appropriate size tank. Like, you're not doing a school of penguin tetras in a 10-gallon tank. Definitely not. Would you keep and watch the Jesus Christ lizard walking on water in your tank? I don't know that any of us would have a tank big enough for that to actually happen. I mean, you need like a pool, like a 40-foot pool. I mean, those guys clear like huge rivers just right across the water. So, I mean, even like Corey's 800-gallon tank wouldn't be long enough or big enough. Never heard of penguin tetras. We'll have to Google them. Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're silver. They got like the little black on their back fins there. Aqua Dragon T. Hey, dude. Hey, dude. Dude. Oops. Boy. Uh-oh. Who sent me a message? Oh. Pectec. Whoop, whoop. I like my diamond tetras. They run to the front of the tank and back and forth in the flow. All right. So we're talking tetras. Well, I already picked one. I picked penguin tetra. What's another one? Red phantom tetras. Why don't people have red phantom tetras? I know some people do, but I feel like there needs to be more. To quote Dr. Ian Malcolm, nature finds a way. What types of fish do you suggest to buy? Buy rainbow fish. There you go. That's my suggestion. Another underrated tetra is the red eye tetra. Just ordered 7 more. I would agree with that. I think they don't get a lot of fame or press. I don't know. Because they're kind of just like silver with a little red on their eye. But they're really nice. I have some in my 240 gallon. Just a couple scragglers in there. And they're fun. They're super active. I gave an entire school to a friend of mine. And yeah, they're a fun fish. Didn't Aqua Pros have a tank of penguin tetras, or were those emperor tetras? I don't remember. I want to say emperor tetras, but honestly, I don't remember. I was having problems with staghorn algae and found out reducing the iron in my tank helped keep it at bay. That's interesting. I've actually never heard of that for a staghorn. I might have to add that to my chart. Maybe have like a maybe section. Why not Discus Cichlid? I've never kept Discus. I'm sure at some point I might, but they're expensive and they need big aquariums, and yeah, they're not the hardiest of fish. There's definitely some hardy strains depending on where you get them, but I don't think they're as difficult as people say they are, but they're definitely for their price. I just wish they were a bit hardier. Brilliant rummy nose tetras are my 2 favorite, and Elios. I don't even know. I've never heard of those tetras. I'm going to have to Google it. I'm going to have to Google it. And, well, 1 second. I don't know how to say that word. Elios? Elios? Even Google doesn't know what that is. Yeah. I think I've never heard of that tetra before. So there you go. Have you seen my stapler? All right, coming back. Coming back. I have too many bristlenose babies. I've never seen algae in my tanks. Yeah. I saw glass bloodfin tetras on sale at Aquatic Arts last night. Gosh, aren't they still like $12 though? That's so much money for a tetra. So much money. I mean, you got to get like 6 of them at minimum. Whew, adds up fast. Of course, I buy rainbow fish, so who am I to say anything? Washington has perfect water for discus. I know, Kangley. Also perfect for the rams, perfect for saltwater. Well, I would say perfect for saltwater as far as doing, putting your tap water straight into the tank. I guess very low minerals. It's basically RO water out the tap, which is good for saltwater. Just pronounce my name, please, please, please. Now I'm not going to. I also think Tucano tetras are underrated. Yeah, I thought when those kind of came into the hobby that they would be more popular, but for some reason, I think the price kind of priced a lot of people out. Again, it's not one of the cheapest tetras out there. That's the only thing I can think of. I have no idea how to pronounce it either. And I said I owed you rainbows because I feel bad that the ones that you got from me died. Because all mine died too. So it was nothing you did wrong. So that's why I say I owe you rainbows. This kind of looks like a smaller Colombian red and blue tetra without the blue. And a little darker silver, maybe. I could see how a large school of those would be pretty awesome. Oh, are these? Yeah, I bet the only place to get these is like the wet spot. I'm just gonna guess. Would you keep a blind cave tetra? Nah, no, not for me. Sam Walton once said, anyone could keep a discus as long as it's a 10-gallon with a common pleco. Oh, someone said candy cane tetras. Yes, candy cane tetras are one of my favorites. You know what a very underrated fish is the drape fin barb. If you've never seen the drape fin barb, you should absolutely check it out because it is super awesome. I hardly ever see them. That's another super underrated fish. Maybe that's what we'll talk about on Monday's stream, underrated fish. I don't know. Will dwarf neon rainbows decimate a shrimp colony? No. In a heavily planted tank. Always loved rainbows, but never tried them yet. No. Candace, they'll definitely eat some babies every once in a while, but generally I've never had issues with shrimp in heavily planted tanks with rainbows. They won't go after adults because they have really narrow throats, so they can't really eat them. They would have to like shred them first. And usually the shrimp can hide before that happens. So I would never be worried about shrimp with rainbows in a heavily planted tank. My Kui loaches are breeding like crazy, and whoa, that's pretty sweet. Asia jungle themed blackwater tank. It even has a single destroyed labor from Pet Labor 2 in front of the anchor that was, wait, what? Destroyed labor? I don't know what that means. Michael, it is definitely a random live stream. Good night and take care. Good night to you too. Or I'm going to say good afternoon because it's the afternoon where I'm at. Any nuances with threadfin rainbows? I saw babies for $350. That's a really good deal. And the only thing I would be worried about is what you're putting with them. They're very easy to care for, but if you really want those long flowing fins, then you got to make sure that there's no fin nippers in your tank. A lot of tetras, there's a lot of barbs, you know, there's a lot of stuff out there that will go after those really long fins. So you just got to be very mindful of what you're putting in with threadfin rainbows. Redline rasboras and brilliant rasboras, basically any long torpedo-shaped rasbora. What's the, I'm drawing a blank here, but what's the silver rasbora with the two black lines on the fins? I don't remember. I'm drawing a blank. It's a scene from a film. Oh, well, that explains why I have no idea what you're talking about, because I've never seen the film. What do I think about the king of DIY and the secret history of living in your aquarium? I think, I think that was, what do I think of that? I think it was funny. I think it was unfortunate, and I think it was predictable. How about that? When I think of underrated fish, I think of super common fish that people sort of ignore, or you don't see them much in displays. Yeah, exactly. Super common fish that people sort of ignore. Yeah. You could have a pretty wide definition of that, but I would definitely agree. Brilliant rasbora. John McClane. We'll go to the coast. We'll have a few laughs. Says, thanks for the vids, buddy. Well, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it. I don't know if you're a big diehard fan or if that is your real name. Either way, it's awesome. I guess if it is your real name, you've probably heard that like a billion times and are sick of it. Any John McClane quote. Oh, man. Isn't it 11:40 a.m. there? That's more. Oh, no. 11:40. Are you kidding me? Let's see. My day begins at 4. So, yeah. This is definitely afternoon, not morning. Well, I say 4:30. My alarm goes off at 4:30 every single day. How often do I feed my fish? Every day except Sundays. Every day except Sunday. Buenos Aires tetra. One of my friends got them, and they're cool. Yes, the Buenos Aires tetra is definitely a cool one. Not too bad of an impression there. I do terrible impressions. Like, I can't do accents. I can't do impressions. It's pretty bad. What choice do you prefer? Blue Phantom Pleco or blue Panac? I'm actually, after I've kept a colony of blue Phantom Plecos, I'm not that much of a fan of them anymore. So I would always choose the L239 blue Panac Pleco. And the reason I'm not a fan of the blue Phantom Pleco is because I think the green Phantom Pleco is far superior. Far superior. Danican Aquatics, what's going on, my friend? So yeah, if you're looking at Phantom Plecos, definitely get the green. Definitely get the green. I guess I can't say that. There's nothing wrong with the blue Phantom Pleco. It's totally personal preference. I've kept colonies of each, and in my experience, the blue Phantom Plecos, the blues fade out as they get larger and older, whereas my green Phantom Plecos stayed just as green no matter how big or how old they got. So that's why I say it. The blues, for me, kind of dulled out when they got larger. So that's why. That's the only thing I have against them. They're still really cool fish. Afternoon. It's afternoon. Duh. My alarm went off at 4:30. I would laugh at it, assuming it even woke me up. I don't know. There's just something about summer that I love getting up early in the summer. Pleco racism. Yep. Yeah, when you get up early and the sun is just coming up, I don't know. I like it. In the winter, I sleep in. In the summer, I get up early. Least killies are my underrated fish. Really fun to watch in a Planet tank. Really enjoyed them in my bristlenose tank. Yes, least killie fish The Heterandria formosa is a really cool fish that I'm going to have to get into one of these days. I used to keep them like 3-4 years ago. Is L397 still your favorite? Negative. Negative. It was my favorite for a long time. You're going back. You're going back a ways. My favorite for like the last year or year and a half has been the L264 Sultan Pleco. I instantly regret getting rid of my colony, but there are no buts. I instantly regret it. As soon as I got rid of him, I regretted it. But I'll get him again someday. I'll get him again someday. When do you sleep to wake up at 4? 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. I have red phantom tetras, and they're kind of jerks. Beautiful, but jerks. Huh. I could see that. I could see that. I got some roseline sharks from Dan's Fish. What a stunning school. Quickly become my favorite fish. Roseline sharks are just outstanding fish. I wish they didn't get so big. So you could keep them in smaller tanks, and which would allow more people to have them. But they do get big, which is, I think, a lot of people don't get them for that. But yeah, one of my favorite all-time fish. Fish Tank Barn with a $1 super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Just dumped 50 least killifish in my pond about an hour ago. Very cool fish. I think like the issue with least killifish in a pond, are you ever gonna see them again? Maybe if it's like a 50-gallon tub or a smaller pond, maybe. But I feel like in a large pond, you may never see those again. They're so small. Rachel says, I've been wanting to purchase fish from your site. When do you be shipping again? When do I think I'll be shipping again? Well, I'm still probably at least a month out from the new fish room being built, and honestly, I don't know if I'm going to open back up. There's some other things in the works, and yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I haven't decided yet. Been watching the old streams. I saw the Big Steen beanie too. Oh my gosh, that's like 6 years old, 5 years old. I don't even know where that thing is anymore. Man, I haven't thought about that hat in a long time. Long time. A Saturday stream. What do I owe the honor? Well, just had some time to kill, so you owe the honor to killing time. So yeah, Rachel, unfortunately, I don't know if I do open up, we're still a good ways away. But we'll see. We'll see. The aquarium co-op clip with Randy catching wild fish in Florida showed a lot of cool little natives, flagfish, sunfish, darters. Yeah, I think it would be really fun to, if I go to Florida, it would be to collect. I'm not going to go to Florida for Aquashella, but I would go to collect, definitely. There's some fish rooms out there I'd like to see. There's some farms out there I'd like to see, and I think that would be way more fun than Aquashella, like by like 1,000 times. Yeah, the blue spotted fish caught by Randy was really nice. Wondering though, what they would do with those wild fish. What will they do? I guess you gotta stay tuned to find out. I don't know. Is this the video that just came out today or yesterday? I've only watched like the first half. To be able to easily see my daisy blue rice fish in a pond, I had to work on light colored substrate stones. Well, I have the platinum rice fish now. So I actually got Corey's old platinum rice fish pond. I have that now. So there's some platinum rice fish in there, which are pretty awesome. You can see those things a mile away, but that means predators can see those things a mile away. So I don't know. I'll probably just cover it with a screen or something. Mary Page Flynn, hello, hello, hello. I'm truly enjoying the stream. It's nice to see familiar names also. Yeah, I agree. Thanks for the surprise live stream. It is cheering me up. Was bummed today because my brother got married this morning and I couldn't attend because I live in Canada and he's in Kansas. Yep. Yeah, I wonder when they're going to open that up. Hopefully sometime soon. Hopefully. Wasn't sure what to do with my tank, so I just caught a bluegill. He's a tank. All right. Come to Minnesota. I would love to. Kangley. And that might be in the works. Daniken said I had a blast collecting in Florida when I was there last year. Carol Cox with the $5 super chat says, thanks for making my weekend fun. Well, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. All the drama on FishTube. What drama? What are you talking? There's no drama here. Do you still have that Crypt Pacific Sunset or whatever it was, amazing plant at its peak? The Crypt Florida Sunset, I do. Barely still have it. But I still have it. I make sure I don't kill it all the way in case I ever do like a high-tech setup again. But it hasn't flourished. It only flourished and turned that sunset red color in highlight and CO2. So since I got away from high-tech tanks, it's barely staying alive. But like I said, I make sure I keep at least one little plant alive. I'd say golden wonder killifish are underrated. Most people go for Gardnerite or orange Australis. Golden wonder killifish are super awesome. I do agree. Canada, USA will probably open in September by the way things are looking. I mean, not that I have any plans to go there. I just think it sucks that people can't go back and forth right now. Yeah, and I think like I'd love to go to Hawaii, but I think you have to go through Canadian waters, so you still have to go through that whole nonsense. I know they're trying to change that right now, but we'll see if they actually do. Fish Tank Barn says, I'm trying to figure out a way to go to the American Livebearers Association in Florida in October. That would be really fun. That might be something I'd be interested in. Bob Vance says, it's so hard to sell fish locally without social media. They always tear my post down. It's hard. It's hard to sell anything without social media anymore. Do you like jellyfish? I don't dislike them. So there you go. I think I don't know that I like them, but I don't dislike them. JFK2 with the $5 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hi, Bob. You should collect eelgrass, tape grass if you're ever in Florida. Those are fast-growing val species. Interesting. DPK Fish Aquariums. I'm glad to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Boy, DPK Fish has been around forever, so it's good to see you, my friend. Hope your new fish room build goes well. It is going well. There's just so much going on right now. It's going way slower than anticipated, but I'm in the next week or maybe 2 weeks, it should really start to come together. Hopefully, got a lot of stuff. This last 2 weeks have been so incredibly busy. Thankfully, nobody noticed that I didn't release a video last Sunday, and hopefully no one will notice that I'm not releasing a video this Sunday. But it's just been incredibly crazy couple of weeks. So I'll be back on track here pretty soon. How does Dwarf Sagittaria do for you? It's the one plant I cannot kill. I buy Dwarf Sagittaria and it's never dwarf. So I don't know why they call it dwarf. For me, it's never dwarf. Probably because I don't have enough light. Like I always do it in low light, so it's always trying to grow towards the light. But it's definitely a very easy, like low tech beginner plant for sure. Hard to kill that one. Twin Cities, I've got to say, I'm a fan of the store logo. Also wanting to go to ALA. I think it would be fun. I think a Florida trip would be fun. There's also going to be hopefully the Tennessee meetup this year. That one I'm definitely trying to go to. There's no dates or anything, so I can't say yes I'm going because there's not a date yet. If it's on like my mom's birthday, obviously I'm not going to go, but it is on my list of wants. I do want to go. Our local fish club is having its first swap meet June 12th. First meeting since pandemic started. Yay! That would be fun. Hopefully that we get more and more of those coming back. Oh, what did I miss here? It's pop-up day? Pop-up day. You will love them. They're very prolific, says at Barbara Jackson. Do you like Sarah Flakes or just Extreme Flakes now? I've never... Oh, I can't say never. I think I've used Sarah Flakes once. So I don't have much experience with the flake. I use their tabs a lot, and they changed the formula, and now they're just not as good. I definitely enjoy the Extreme Flakes. I should say my fish definitely enjoy the Extreme Flakes, which means I enjoy them. But I do, I prefer the Extreme Nano food over the flakes. Like the Extreme Nano is my favorite fish food right now. I think it's the best right now. Well, I can't say it's the best because I haven't used every fish food, but from what I've used, I will say it's the best. Dan's Fish, what's up, buddy? I've been wanting to email you for like 2 weeks, but like I mentioned earlier, the last couple weeks have been insane. But I'm also the worst at responding to emails, so you know. But I will be emailing you here in the next day or so. So realistically, maybe like a week. Good to see you. It says just lurking while I'm working. Steenfott Aquatics, do you know of a good sources online to purchase black rams? What are your thoughts on Imperial Tropicals? I know that the owner of Imperial Tropicals is a pretty good dude. I've ordered from there twice without issues, and I've met him. Man, just seems like a good dude, so I can't really say anything negative about him. So yeah, nano food is so much more economical. Anyone got pointers for Daphnia? I've never done Daphnia. Specifically, I have Daphnia in some of my ponds, accidentally. Would I go to Wyoming to work for Dan's Fish? Nope. Unfortunately, it's nothing against Dan's Fish. I just would never leave my family. My family is here, and my family is the most important thing in my life. So I would not leave the most important thing in my life. I'll check for the email in about a month. Yep. That's about the going. That's about like the average time. Or will you work for the co-op? I plan not to work for anyone. But if I did have to go back to work, that would be probably the only place I would apply, would be the co-op. Here locally, there's no other place that even comes close to taking care of their employees as well as the co-op. Like there's nothing even close. Just the benefits and what they do are pretty insane. Especially when you compare them to other fish stores. Like most fish stores don't offer benefits at all, and their benefits are insane. So they take really, really good care of their employees there. One thing I noticed, if I collect fish in Florida, make sure to treat with anchor worms. I hate anchor worms. The one time I've had them, killed my fish. And fish lice medication, since most carrying those parasites, same treat all plants with leech treatment. Ooh, leeches. I didn't think about that either. LOL at Dan's Fish, I got a response from you in a day. No, Ginger, we're talking about me. So when I email Dan, he'll email me back pretty dang quick. But when he emails me, usually like I'm driving. This is what happens. This is not just Dan, this is everyone. So if you catch me while I'm at my computer and I see the message, then I'll respond. But if I'm like driving, or I'm like at the kennel or doing something else and I see the message, I'll be like, I say, oh, I'll respond when I get, I'll respond when I get home. And then I get home and I get distracted by my dogs. And then, a couple weeks later, I'm like, oh, I forgot to respond to that message. And that happens every single time. Well, I got to get animal maintenance going. Lots of feedings and water changes to do. Sent you some pics on Instagram, Bob. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thanks for any guy. Have a good weekend. What choice do you prefer to feed your fish? Dry foods or cooked fruits and vegetables? I don't cook my fruits or vegetables. When I feed my fish, I give it to them raw. But I don't really prefer one or the other. I just prefer variety. That's all I prefer. I just can't imagine eating one thing over and over and over for the rest of your life. So I prefer a variety. Just precautionary when collecting fish and plants in Florida. I don't know that I would collect them to bring them home. I think just the experience would be really fun, just to see what you get. I feel like in Florida, you never know. Like, you could get anything in Florida. So I just think the experience would be fun. I don't know that I would actually bring anything home, though. Unless maybe if it was something that I really liked and it was like an invasive species, which is like almost everything in Florida, I feel. So yeah, I don't know. Plus, I'm 3,000 miles away. It's a long plane ride. I don't know. When will the hat come off? 100,000. It is 100,000, but it's already come off on my other channel. So it was briefly, but it did come off. Hiya, back at you. Working. Water here has leeches, especially snail leeches. Interesting. I'm not a fan of leeches, so maybe I won't go collecting. I don't know. I received Daphnia culture from Florida with snail leeches. Normal treatments won't kill them either. Had to pick them out. Gross. Ugh. Yeah, leeches. Leeches are no bueno for sure. No good. What is up, dude? You keep giving me hugs. I love you too, buddy. I love you too. What else do we got going on here? How long have we even been going here? Hour and 11. Maybe we'll go like 20 more minutes. Maybe it's like 20 more minutes. I hate leeches. I think everyone hates leeches. I remember Gary Lang telling a story when he was collecting rainbow fish in Papua New Guinea, and I don't know if it was him or someone else that they were like in this stream, and somebody looked up and a leech fell right on their eyeball and attached to the eyeball. I mean, first of all, what are the odds? Second of all, no thanks. No. I'm scared of ticks. Yeah, luckily we don't have a huge tick issue here. If we go to the other side of the state, they're everywhere, but not here. Leeches are great smallmouth bass bait. Oh, man. Kinsey with a $2 super chat with a thumbs up. Thank you. I appreciate it. But T-Shot says, gotta run, Bob. Thanks for the surprise stream. Enjoy your weekend. Thanks, you too, buddy. Enjoy your weekend. Jimmy Dean breakfast sandwiches for life. I've actually never had one. They have pretty good sausage. I don't know. Have to head out. Have a great day, everyone. Danikin Aquatics. You too, buddy. You too, my friend. Sorry, off topic, but did you ever fix up that old police cruiser? I've been doing small things here and there. I started removing what I think is just the awful graphics on it. So I started doing that, but nothing serious will be done until I'm done moving. And then I might actually sell it, but if I don't, then I'll start the fix up. But yeah, so far nothing major, just a lot of cosmetics and cleaning up the paint, things like that. Do you like a schools of cherry and gold barbs? I think both of those barbs are really, really cool. Actually was on the hunt 2 weeks ago for gold barbs. I needed something to put in my outdoor tubs because the mosquitoes were getting crazy. I was gonna go with gold barbs, but I went all over the place and couldn't find any. And then picked up some platies, some Hawaiian Variatus platies from the co-op, and I absolutely love them. So that's what's in there now. And Buenos Aires tetras as well. I loved unplanned streams, less people, so you can actually talk. Well, I can talk on all of them, but I get it. The smaller streams can definitely be fun, but it's also fun to have like 1,000 people in here talking fish. Now, if you do take fish from that distance, tip is first 24 hours will determine which ones will survive that long trip, because most weak fish will die. That is absolutely true. Absolutely true. Just from importing and shipping, yep. Know that way too well, unfortunately. Would I ever do a local ecosystem tank? Local, like in where I'm at type of fish? No, because there's just everything here is trout or salmon. You know, there's some other stuff, but it's nothing that could be done in the size that I keep my tanks at. So it would need to be really big. There's not any small fish here, I swear. I can't think of any. Maybe there is. I mean, there's like stickleback minnows and things like that, but those are invasive. Yeah, I think almost all the small fish here are invasive, so not really local, I guess. So yeah, we used to keep trout though. When I was smaller, we had a huge tub. Gosh, I don't know how many hundred. It was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of gallons, and we would grow up rainbow trout and then release them. That was pretty fun. But otherwise, no. Oh, I know what you need to do. I don't know if I'm going to make it another 20 minutes because somebody needs to go OUT. You can hold it a little bit longer, buddy. I know you can. I know you can. So what else we got going on? Ooh, 150 people. Not too bad. Got a 100-gallon need peaceful community fish. Tetras, rasboras, rainbow fish, corridoras, apistos. The world is your oyster, my friend. 100 gallons, that's a lot of water. You can keep a lot of fish. Would you keep a salamander that looked like an eel in your tank? Are there legless salamanders? There's like 2-legged salamanders. Maybe. I'm sure there is. I just can't think of any off the top of my head right now. I mean, I kept newts. Does that count? Does that count? Enough to do distance. Yep. Less people. Yep. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I don't like that noise. What are you doing? Get out of here. Go. Go on the hardwood. Go on the hardwood. All right, I gotta go because this guy's gonna sound like he's going to puke. Nope. Get out. Don't do it on my brand new carpet. Don't puke on my new carpet. All right. Sorry to end this abruptly, but the dog says it's time to go. Nope. Get out of here. Go puke somewhere else. Oh, I gotta go. I want to thank everyone. Let's just run through this list real quick. Maze, Tails, Ferns, and Fins for becoming a member. 503 Aquatics, Free Joe Aquatics, John McClain, Fish Tank Barn, Carol, JFK, and Michelle. Thank you for the super chats. Thanks everyone for hanging out for this hour-and-a-half stream. I plan on doing more unplanned streams, so make sure you have the notification bell clicked. And I will see you all on Monday, hopefully. Have a great weekend.